Hi there, tech people. I'm your host, Sean Worker, and it's great to have you join us on another Adapter TechX show where we explore the business trends and fads, travel, hospitality, restaurants, retail, and mostly the service industry. So today I'm delighted to have Chinmai Sharma on. He is the president of the Americas for RateGain. And um, there are words that we won't use in how to describe Chinmai. He has been around a while, but not long. And I think we put ourselves in that category. He has worked with and influenced many of the most influential hospitality companies in the world, with Louvre Hotels, Wyndham, RateGain, and many others, and is a specialist in distribution and the world of how we connect the experiences that is travel. Um, he describes himself as a revenue management, distribution, technology, and digital professional. I will attest to that. I've known him for a long time, and certainly he's an expert in the space. And more importantly, I think really does have a global outlook, having spent time with Taj in India and all over the world, be it in France or in the Americas. So why don't we get kicked off and ground everybody in what does RateGain do, and how does our broader retail services, hospitality, travel world interact with it? Where do you see RateGain? How does it work, and where does it connect to, and who is your clients?
Yeah, no, thanks for that. So, our internal motto for our clients is just make more revenue every day. And like you mentioned, we operate in three broad verticals: pricing intelligence, where we provide, uh, forward-looking insights on pricing and availability for various verticals, not only hotels, but also airlines, car rental, vacation packages, basically anything within the travel domain. We also have a pretty significant presence in the connectivity world where we call them connecting supply and demand. So supply is anywhere where customers and guests will stay, which could be a mixture of hotels and chains and alternate lodging, Airbnb. And then demand partners are wherever customers and travelers shop, which could be GDSs or travel agencies or
You're not
online.
the front end, right? You're connecting how they see some of this product, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
It's
we
going from
provide the plumbing and we do it at scale, and we customize it as much as we can so that the end travelers like you and me, we find what we want to
Mhm.
find and we book pretty much in real time. And then the last area is what we call broadly as guest engagement. And rate gain in our own little way, we've been growing organically and inorganically, and we've acquired a few companies where we provide social media monitoring and content creation, as well as meta search connectivity and
Mm.
marketing. So the end vision is that we'll always stay within travel, and we do both third-party distribution as well as brand direct, and we provide a lot of intelligence and insights to anybody who wants to fine-tune their commercial strategy.
So you kind of make the way people think about it, and the businesses that use it just think a little bit smarter.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And we are a well-kept secret, I think, because the customers obviously see the brands that they shop on or where they book, but a lot of times the underlying technology is ours. So we do a huge volume of shopping and reservation volume, every second.
So in researching the show, I see that you guys have had a recent partnership with Expedia. Um, how does that work? What are you doing for them?
Yeah, so with Expedia and Booking.com, Priceline, Agoda, I mean, these are our premier, demand partners. So we provide connectivity for them to thousands of hotels and alternate lodging. So be it a small hotel or be it a large hotel chain, they have the same problem that they might not have the ability to connect to many demand channels at the same time. So essentially, we provide that one-to-many connection at scale and in a very efficient manner, so that the rates and inventory and content is distributed optimally across all channels. So we're a premier connectivity partner with Expedia and Booking.com as an example. We also do a lot of work with Hotel Tonight and Hopper and Hotwire, etc.
So essentially a SaaS model,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So yeah, in at the core, we're a SaaS model. We have both subscription as well as transaction revenue. We try to stay as close to product as possible. Although, as the world is evolving now, we're thinking of adding some service layers
Mm.
as well, just to make ourselves a little bit more sticky. So it's we can't announce anything now, but we are working on a few initiatives.
But you can't do it now. Come on. This is the preeminent TechX show. You got to give us the scoop. Go on. But so when you think of, can you share anything about your tech stack? How that is different, let's say, than some of the customers that you service?
Yeah, we are interesting. I'm pretty sure our team won't agree if I say hodgepodge. But
Write it out,
the
hodgepodge. That's a
the
very technical term.
it's a very tech word. But the industry is a little bit broken from that perspective. So we have grown both organically and inorganically, and then we have acquired companies. So it's the reality is that we do have different tech stacks within our portfolio. But then we do this in a very efficient way. We have a formula that works really well. I think part of the problem why you need to have some different stacks also is just how broken the industry infrastructure is. So
Do you have some examples of that? I mean, what do you, for instance, from a cloud-based storage perspective,
yes,
I saw on your tech stack that you're fairly
yeah,
typical, like
yeah.
everybody
So
else.
I mean, cloud-based storage is one prime example. I think
Mm.
historically everything was on-prem with a huge data center, which was prone to different issues. It was really hard to manage or scale. The service levels were pretty pathetic, and over a period of time, everybody is moving to cloud. So that's one example. The other one is that the demand channels in our language are always on the cutting edge because they're the ones who are closest to customers and they've got the money to invest in R&D
Mhm.
and conversion aspects. So new age channels like Hopper and Expedia and Booking.com, I mean, they're fine tuning their website to the nth level. Whereas the hotel infrastructure, as an example, as you know, both of us have worked enough in the industry, is relatively old. There are still old CRSs, they're still very clunky. Everything hasn't moved to the cloud. The sheer shopping volume of these demand channels is huge. So which just leads to this disconnect on what the demand partners want versus what the hotels are able to manage, and that leads to a little bit of a disconnect in the whole ecosystem. But we come in and we add certain value at scale and efficiency, and we're able to put these things together. So I think it'll be wrong to say that we are one smooth machine with one core tech stack. uh, Part of it is just by design because things are broken and we need to sometimes we need to dumb down things to a level of the infrastructure of any partner that we work with, and sometimes we have to scale much faster because of the needs of our partners.
This was a short and sweet conversation. The extended vodcast will be over at on YouTube and also other channels like Spotify, Apple, and others. So, Chinmai, thank you very much for your time. Some pretty serious tips and takes. When we think about those tips and takes, and staying close to the customer is a key issue, key factor. Secondly, the way to think about demographics and the analytics, and probably the third one is, you know, specialization. When you think that partnering with SaaS models like RateGain makes a lot of sense instead of the traditional CapEx model, use this as other industries do with an OpEx model. It truly is software as a service, and you pay for what you get.
Mhm.
You get there faster and a lot smarter. So thanks everybody for taking the time. Check us out in the links below. Subscribe on YouTube and other channels. And we thank Chinmai for making the time, early hours in Dallas, Texas, as we record this in Dublin, Ireland. So thanks again to everybody over at Hunter Gatherer and No Vacancy for partnering and making this all happen. And we're going to catch you over on the other side with the extension of this conversation with Chinmai Sharma, president of RateGain the Americas. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.